My name is Sammy, and which game make best movie game make movie game?
Hi, I'm Cordell, and boo! Did I scare ya?
My name is Caleb, and I'm here to talk about soup and anime titties.
And welcome to Junk House.
It's a psychobilly freakout!
Welcome back to Junk House, everybody. This is the one after the Wogglebug one.
Yeah, it's everyone's favorite Wogglebug fan cast, Junk House.
We're not talking about the Wogglebug this week, though.
No.
So you're probably not at the right podcast if that's what you were looking for.
If you're looking for family-friendly entertainment, you've come to the wrong place.
If you're looking for entertainment that encourages being well-educated and kind and well-dressed, get out of here. You're not going to get wogged around these parts.
Let's go
no
around.
Wogging.
You know, speaking of well-dressed, let's all go around and just tell the audience what we're wearing today. Welcome to the new segment, Caleb's Closet Corner, where we're all going to talk about...
Where we're all gay.
Where we're all gay and we're
Caleb's
all going to talk
Closet
about...
Corner.
Yeah.
Where the corner's gay.
The corner is very gay, but we're going to be talking about what we're wearing today. Hi, my name is Caleb. I am wearing cargo shorts that have holes in them because I refuse to wear uncomfy clothing in my own home, and a Fleetwood Mac concert t-shirt that I got like 6 years ago or something.
Cool. I'm Cordell, and I'm wearing my comfy cozies, which is my home wear, which I'm not going to be in my own home and not be comfy cozy, even if I'm only here for like 30 minutes.
Very good.
And that always consists of a nice t-shirt and a pair of shorts and my house slippers that I really need new ones because these suckers are ratty.
Are they the same ones that I'm thinking
Yeah,
of?
I had these ones before I got to college with you.
Yep, I had the same ones.
Old.
These suckers are probably pushing a decade old, and they're still pretty comfy overall.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm scared of getting a new one. I've got my foot imprint in this is flawless.
That's wild. My name's Samantha. I'm wearing really cool thrift shop pants that start white at the top and then go down to brown, like become a gradient to brown at the bottom, and a very faded Vans t-shirt. I was going to make a joke about wearing a wedding gown, but then I was like, I'm just going to be honest.
Well, you're the best dressed of us right now, I think.
I am sexy, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what the word on the street is.
That's what I've been told.
Yep.
But video game movies?
Yeah, what you talking about, Sammy?
So, there's a lot of really shitty movies based on video games.
Yes.
So I wanted to maybe throw in some good options. I thought we could come together and it would be fun to pitch some video games that would be good movies. I think there's a lot of video games they've done, like Hitman, which just doesn't work as a movie because the idea of Hitman is it's so open and you can do literally whatever that just doesn't fit. But
and then there are video games that should have done well as movies, but have just never been done well, like every Resident Evil adaptation ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like that medium, like that story, every single Resident Evil game could easily be movie-fied and just be a good movie, but they're all made by bad people, and they're the only reason Mila Jovovich has a career.
Exactly. And also, I thought it would also be fun because since there are so many, just like also trying to focus on some games that haven't had a time in the spotlight. Like Portal, apparently, I haven't heard any news this year, but last year they were saying that they're still making that movie. So, I don't know. That would make a good movie, and hopefully they are still working on it.
I need to amend my previous statement. I feel like I said made by bad people, and I don't know if the people who made the Resident Evil movies are actually bad people. I meant they're bad at making movies.
Yeah,
I
Not
would
that they're it was not a judgment on their character, just their quality of work.
I would like to amend Cordell's statement that he has already the amending for the statement that Cordell amended. You are bad people if you made that movie.
No.
And Cordell thinks so explicitly.
No, I don't.
I, Caleb, do not think that. Cordell definitely does.
No. Let me be free.
Never.
I'll let you be free. It's fine.
Thank you.
So we're talking about video games that could be good movies.
Yes. And it could be like the actual video game, like that actual story, or like just the universe. Like, for example, I think Psychonauts. I think you could make a really interesting movie in that universe. Doesn't have to be about Raz specifically, because the games are very focused on him.
Mm-hmm.
But that just idea of like, you can still be going into different people's minds, and each could be a different like filmmaking style, or like different like art styles and color grading and everything. And it could just be a very interesting movie. It could be Inception, but more fun and more like visually stunning.
I think Psychonauts would work really well as an animated TV show.
Yes.
Like keep the weird art style and like just have do kind of a WandaVision thing where each episode takes on a completely different style and tone depending on the mind they're in.
Yeah.
I think that would be dope.
I definitely agree with Psychonauts. I think like 45-minute episode, 8-episode series type B, like one of those.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that would be incredible. I guess we can expand it to not just movies, but just stories.
Just an adaptation.
In a visual. Yeah, in a visual adaptation.
The universe that I think almost had a movie, fun fact, but then the movie got canceled because of the Super Mario Brothers movie and how poorly that did.
What a garbage film.
What a garbage film. The movie I want to see is a Metroid movie. I want to see like a suspense thriller Metroid.
Yeah, and you could do Samus still.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be, oh my God.
I want to see a Mario movie about Mario and his brother Luigi Mario.
Well, let me
where they're gonna try to they're real plumbers. And John Leguizamo's in it. And they're gonna try to save the day, but there's an alternate world with dinosaurs and Koopas are big men with little heads. I'm rewriting the canon.
Wait.
No, Goombas. Dang it.
Goombas, yeah.
Anyway.
Also, it's okay. It's okay. We're getting a Chris Pratt Mario, so
and he got no ass.
The People's Mario.
He got no ass.
He got no ass.
The Peepholes Mario.
I like Peephole. That was a fun show. Peep Show. That's what it was called.
I want more Pokemon media.
Yeah.
Like live action Pokemon movies or a live action TV show. I think movies probably better. Basically, Detective Pikachu was spot on, except I want the entire movie to be about the underground Pokemon battles.
Ooh.
Like that's all I really want. I want to explore that entire underground world of dangerous people with dangerous Pokemon having illegal illicit fights. That's what I want.
You could be super gritty, super grotesque. You could, oh man, it
like
could
we're
show,
talking
like, the horror of, oh God,
because you know in the original manga, Pokemon died fairly regularly. Like there's a classic image of an Arbok cut in half from a Pokemon battle. I'm talking about that kind of like high stakes Pokemon battles, like rated R gritty Pokemon, because that's what the people need.
And dude, and doing it live action would just add another level to it. Oh
yeah, when
my
the Pokemon kill
God.
people.
And kill the other Pokemon. What the shit?
Mm-hmm. Yep, to the death.
To the death. Legend of Zelda movie?
I
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know if I want that. Like,
I want it in theory, but I don't know if I want it in practice.
But then he could be the hero of motion picture.
Yeah. You got a point there.
It's a different Link because it's the Link. It's the hero of the motion picture.
Which timeline would it be in? I like to think it's in the timeline where the hero died.
Yeah, Majora's.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
it's
Majora is in
Ocarina.
child timeline.
Yeah.
Ocarina is the point where the timeline splits into 3 because you have adult timeline where at the end of Ocarina of Time, Link goes back to the forward 7 years and lives his adult life. Then you have the child timeline where he goes back in time to inform Princess Zelda that Ganondorf was the villain all along. So then Ganon's rise never happens. So then that's how you get the child timeline. But then you have the hero's downfall timeline, which is any timeline where you die during Ocarina of Time, the hero's downfall timeline happens.
and are different games set in different timelines?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you know which?
Well, let me tell you, there's a clever graphic.
There's a clever little graphic.
Zelda.
They released it in the Zelda Encyclopedia forever ago. It was like this
Neat.
big old green book that was all Zelda. It had beautiful.
I think I might have seen that.
Foil on the front.
I can hear leaf blowers in the distance in my apartment complex, and I'm just praying they don't come by here. That would be the worst.
So I just sent the graphic in, and this is not. And if you're like me,
It's so little.
Yeah, but if you're like me and you've thought to yourself, where does Breath of the Wild fit in? It's at the end of all 3 timelines, and no one knows how it works.
So all
It's
3 of them are
weird.
true in Breath of the Wild?
All 3 exist in Breath of the Wild because locations that are exclusive to all 3 timelines also exist in Breath of the Wild.
Skyward Sword is the first?
Yes
In
and
time?
Yeah.
yes and no. It's the first game we have, but there is supposedly a hero before that Link.
Yeah, because they talk about it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Then-
because they're like, oh, like this was a sailcloth, but it's not the same sailcloth that the old hero used. But if that Link going back in time is the first hero, then it is the same sailcloth that the original hero used. There's so much.
What?
So Minish Cap is when his hat's a bird.
Yes.
4 Swords is when there's a lot of him.
Yes.
Ocarina of Time is the bestest. It's my favoriteest from being a kid. Well, actually, I don't know. I think Wind Waker is probably doper.
While you were gone, we ranked all of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you got to go back and listen to
Okay.
figure out. I don't remember what.
So-
I know what we put as number 1, but
Weirdly enough, the timeline I have apparently played the most in is the Hero of Wind and a New World in the adult era.
Okay, so that is the timeline where instead of stopping Ganon at all, like Ganon does his thing, but then they seal him away.
This is bonkers.
Welcome to the Legend of Zelda universe, Cordell. Wait until you figure about the 3 gods who made a 4th god, but then all 3 of those gods also still exist, but the 4th god is there to protect the land, and that's why the land is called Hylia, is because that's the name of the goddess that the other 3 gods made.
yes.
I really, for all this time, thought that the Legend of Zelda people the makers at Nintendo, you know Nintendo, makers of such games such as Legend of Zelda, I really thought that they just made new games and there was no cohesive story, that they just took like random vibe that they wanted to accomplish and created this game, and they were like, oh, the hero was long ago and you're the new hero. I thought they just did that every time to do whatever they want.
Nah. Go back. If you ever played Skyward Sword, Demise's final speech, he says, like, not in these words, I don't remember his exact words, but he basically says, Link, you and I are doomed to an endless cycle. I will return and you will be there to try and stop me in an endless cycle until time itself ends. Which is why you always have Zelda, always have Link, always have some form of Ganondorf. Is because they are locked in an endless cycle, doomed to repeat itself.
I quit playing Skyward Sword because I hated the mechanics. Like, I hated the fact that I couldn't just play it like a normal video game. I had to, like, pretend like I was wielding a Wii controller while I'm playing the Switch handheld. Like, it was stupid. But also, how many games do you think passed before they established that timeline? How long do you think they spent doing whatever they wanted before they tried to invent a reason they were all connected?
It wasn't made canon until the Hyrule Historia came out.
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
After Skyward Sword.
So Skyward Sword is where they're like, oh, we should really like make these make sense.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think a game that should be made into a movie, Sammy, is XCOM and XCOM 2.
Okay,
I think we need a movie series. The XCOM games, for the listeners, are about, the first one is that it's called Enemy Unknown, and then there's a DLC that's Enemy Within. But that game is aliens have come to invade Earth, and you lead XCOM, which is like all the countries of Earth having this organization to fight against the aliens. And your goal is to develop technologies from what you find from them and develop new ways to beat them as you like manage the day-to-day of your base while also commanding squads of soldiers and missions. It's really fantastic, really awesome. My favorite games to play. And in the first one, you win. But the sequel assumes you lost. And so the aliens have taken over Earth. And XCOM 2 is just one of the best games ever. The aliens have taken over Earth, and you have to do the underground resistance to take Earth back.
Ooh,
and I think I would love to see, like, even just 2 movies. The first movie where we lose at the end, and the second movie where we take it back. We have too many trilogies. We don't have enough duologies.
Duopolies.
We don't have enough Dua Lipas in the movie industry.
No, we don't.
Exactly.
So that is my final submission is XCOM. Fight aliens.
I had one more, and now my brain is farting, so let me look. They should make a Fortnite movie.
I have one.
Where everybody's dancing.
Not enough movement. I'm not seeing enough movement out there.
I have a good one.
Okay, Caleb.
Back on the Wii, there was a game that was a platformer, and it was very good, and I liked it a lot. And it was called Cat in the Hat, and I think they could make a movie about it.
I think we should have Mike Myers do it.
Yeah.
And it should be completely unhinged, and at the time, everyone will hate it. But then future generations will look back on it fondly and think, I should give that another chance. And then you watch it one Saturday morning because you're like, all these kids like it. I wonder what these kids are onto. And then you remember, oh, wait, no, this is a bad movie.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
I have another serious submission.
Okay.
Hello, Neighbor.
Ooh, that could be a very good movie. That could
Just
be a very good movie.
full-on suspense horror about this kid saw his neighbor do something sketchy, and he's trying to break into his house to find out. except obviously the neighbor's house is going to be a lot bigger. And like there's
Yeah.
going to be like it's going to start off with like that's scary, but you got a little bit of the fun coming of age elements to it until he gets inside the house, and then it is nonstop suspense until the very end.
That could be really good. And like thinking about those kind of games, have you ever played Inside?
No.
Okay, well that's a good little suspenseful horror game that could also be a very good like short film.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything about it because I don't want to spoil it because it's like short enough to where you could probably play it in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really good.
There's another game that I want to play that I want to see as movie.
Yeah.
I need to find it though.
Bomberman, that could be an interesting movie. I also just
do love Bomberman.
I think I've said it on the podcast, but I'll say it again. Aesthetically, Bomberman is my favorite like character. Bomberman's my favorite character design.
I could see where you're coming from. It is a really good design.
He's great.
I cannot find the name for it, but it is like called like Firewatch or Fire Tower
Yeah,
or Watch
Firewatch.
Tower.
Yep,
Firewatch.
Firewatch.
It's the game in the forest where you look for fires and you're walking around.
No.
Overwatch.
Yeah, no, it's not Overwatch. No, it is it's this little horror game Emily showed me. You can download it for free online, but like you are a person in a Firewatch tower in a national park, and all you can do basically are like you can walk around the room you're in, and you can like turn on lights here and there, and you have a map of the forest. You have a wall with newspaper clippings that you can get some of the background for, and then you can see out in the woods. And the game takes different paths and has different endings depending on what you do, because a hiker comes on the radio and is like, "Help, I'm lost, and I think something's in the woods with me."
Oh, damn.
And so you are trying to guide this person to safety. And there are different endings depending on what you do. So like, because you have a map of the forest and you're trying to give the hiker directions. And also like, so if you like give him the wrong direction, he'll get lost and get killed by the thing in the woods.
Oh my God. Okay.
And like and there's some endings where you can like send him to another direction and distract the thing with your tower and then it comes and gets you. Or endings where you use him to stay alive. Like it's just really, really cool. Yeah. And it takes like 10 minutes to play. And so you can get a lot of playthroughs in, but I would love to see that as a movie.
Yeah. Caleb, any last submissions?
It's not a video. Well, there is a video game of it. I just want Magic Story to be made into a show or a movie of some sort.
That
like
could be cool,
Magic
like
the Gathering
arcane way.
Yeah,
I mean, they've announced a TV show.
They announced it, but now they're backing out.
Have they? Have they officially backed out, or are they just not giving updates?
They haven't. They were supposed to give an update in February, and now they haven't given an update. And every time somebody asks about it, it's always a no comment.
Well, I mean, it might just. I don't know if I would read that as backing out so much as it takes time to develop this stuff, and they don't really have anything to share. I don't want to assume that it's over until they say it.
I'm Googling MTG anime.
Okay, well. You know what game I know both of you like?
What?
We read reviews and they're really bad, so guess the movie.
I do like this game.
That time.
Let's make a movie out of this game.
This week we got a 5-star review from Eslark. I see the vampire kid's face in the darkness behind my eyelids. Highly recommend.
Ding, ding, ding.
Caleb.
Little Vampire? I think that was the name of the movie.
No, incorrect.
Ding, ding, ding.
Cordell.
Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Nope. Okay, we got another one. This one is from Adam_Maher, half-star review. Disturbing amount of homophobia regarding the skeleton character. Not gonna lie.
Scary Godmother.
Scary Godmother. What's the
Yeah.
full title? No, I'm kidding. Apparently the
Halloween
first one-
Spooktacular.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, that was it. Another
I love
one
Scary
was
Godmother.
half-star by Nuggy, and their profile picture is a chicken nugget. Scariest shit I've ever seen. But yeah, thank you for coming to
It was
guessing
wonderful.
the movie.
And what a flawless, perfect, ideal transition into my subject, which is also flawless, perfect, and ideal. It's Oktoberfest, baby, with a K, because you know it's Cordy's. For the month of October, my name also starts with a K now.
Oh,
Welcome to
hell yeah.
Oktoberfest with Cordell. So, I told Sammy and Caleb that Emily and I had intentions of watching one movie by the time we recorded this, and that movie was Halloween. But we managed to get in 2 other Oktoberfest treats that I would like to discuss
Yo.
today.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been hitting it hard. We've been doing this. So the first what were we going to say?
I was gonna just add, I've also seen 2 spooky movies.
This is perfect.
One that I have already seen, but
Okay. Yeah.
we will.
So
yeah.
we will all share about the spooky things we watch every week as we give my Oktoberfest updates, because Oktoberfest is for all. So we started it off October 1st by watching Over the Garden Wall. The perfect, most wonderful way to start the fall and the spooky season off right.
Such a good show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you've never seen Over the Garden Wall, listeners, it is a mini-series Cartoon Network did starring Elijah Wood. And it is animated, and it's some of the most beautiful animation you'll ever see, and some of the most endearing characters, while also having a shockingly deep and good storyline. And
It's also
the episodes,
a musical, kind of.
yeah,
It's
kind
a-
of, sorta.
It's
It has
also-
like a new song every episode. Type
Yeah,
beat.
it's like a clumsy musical, is how I'd call it. Like,
Yeah.
it is not like super polished music. It is like the music children would sing as
I'm
they're
the
inventing the
highwayman.
songs.
I make ends meet. Just
That's
about anywhere I can.
Just out and I'm the highwayman.
Oh, knock you out, drag you off the road. It's shit like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gr- Take
Or
your
there's a song
shoes
about
from off your
potatoes and
feet.
molasses, you know? It's
Oh,
it's just so good.
It's incredible.
But-
So, okay.
It is about these brothers, Greg and Wirt, who have gotten lost in the woods. And they don't know how they got lost. And on their way trying to find their way out, they meet all kinds of wild and weird characters. But it's magical, it's wonderful. There's like 10 episodes, and each episode is like 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a spooky beast
Yeah, the
scouring
beast.
the woods, which makes it more
Yeah.
horror focused, I guess. But
Yeah, it's like got the spooks, and just the little brother Greg is one of the cutest and most precious characters ever created.
that's
With-
a rock fact.
That's a rock fact. My favorite line from him, and what kind of encapsulates a lot of my life, is because I really, really want to see a ghost. Really, really bad. Anyway,
My favorite thing about him is that he has a pet frog that he changes its name every
Yeah.
time.
he keeps trying to name the frog.
Yeah, it's so cute.
And the best name is obviously Jason Funderburker, because
Jason
Funderburker,
is the
yep.
total package.
Yeah.
I adore that so many people love Over the Garden Wall. I love Over the Garden Wall. I also think it's the best way to trick high school kids into learning about Dante's Inferno and
Yeah.
like what the story of that is. So
I mean, that's fair. There's a lot of cool allegorical stuff you can get into with the show. But not today. We've got more to talk about with
Not today.
Oktoberfest. So, the next thing we watched was Halloween, the original starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Mike Myers. Just kidding.
I watched it recently and I love it. It's a good movie.
I've never
Emily?
seen it.
Emily spent the first half hour unintentionally mocking it because she wasn't ready for just how campy and cheesy 70s horror was.
Fair.
If I may, a slight spoiler, if you're okay with that, Sammy.
Yeah.
The movie's been out for 50 years. I'm sorry if you haven't seen it.
My favorite moment, and a moment that Olivia was like, "Are you scared? Did that scare you?" And I was like, "No. What the fuck is that? That's not scary." Was there's a point where you think Jamie Lee Curtis's character Laurie has killed Michael Myers, and he's laying in the back of the shot, just outside of a closet, as she's crawling away, and then you just see him slowly get up. And it's terrifying. It is scary. It's a very surprising moment, but
Yeah. It is.
Are you scared?
Are you?
That's what it's. Yeah.
Y'all ever watch Fear Factor? Sorry, just the way you asked that
hate it.
brought that back.
Don't know. I fucking hate Fear Factor.
Didn't Joe Rogan host
Wait,
that?
sorry, not Fear Factor. I'm going to take another run at this, okay?
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Y'all ever seen Scare Tactics?
What the fuck are you talking
No.
about?
Scare Tactics was a show. I think it was on the Sci-Fi Channel back in the day or something like that. But what's his face? He was in 30 Rock. Tracy Morgan.
Oh.
Tracy Morgan
my
hosted
God.
a show where people would have their loved ones get put in pre-set up situations that were meant to scare them as badly as possible. And right at the most climactic moment, someone goes, "Are you scared?" You shouldn't be. You're on Scare Tactics. And it is deranged. There are episodes where it's
so-
hey, get in this tanning booth. It's an experimental tanning booth and your friend just died next to you. There was a zombie
What
attack episode. There are so many wild. It's on Netflix. You can watch it. It's called Scare
the
Tactics. It is one of the
fuck?
most unhinged things I've ever seen in my
That
life.
sounds
Oh my
like exactly like something Tracy Morgan would do, though. If you
He
ever
loved
really
it.
does.
If you ever get the chance, go on YouTube and watch Tracy Morgan's old SNL sketch of, I can't remember the name of it now, but it's basically Tracy Morgan acting as a character who knows nothing about animals and is terrified of them, hosting a show where zoologists will come in with terrifying animals.
Oh, that's good stuff. I like that.
That's such a good concept. Oh my
And-
God.
I still remember one of my favorite things was somebody brought in a parrot or something, and him just looking and being like, "Motherfucker, that's a chicken. Why the fuck you bring a chicken? That ain't exotic at all." And I think about that every day.
Oh my.
That's really good.
That ain't exotic at all.
But so, bonus, watch some Scare Tactics if you hate yourself and want to waste an hour. Then the next thing we watched after Halloween was called Barbarian. It is a new movie in theaters right now. And good golly, was that a white knuckler of a film.
Interesting. Okay, so I've heard both perspectives now, because I watched X. Have you seen X?
It's a
No.
good
But I
movie.
watched that with two friends, and I'll explain what X is after. But the two friends saw Barbarian, and they didn't like it, at all. So, but I've heard more people say that they like it.
So weirdly enough, because we saw it in Cersei, and some college douchebag, like a whole row of them were in the seats behind us, and they came in noisily as the movie was starting, and then they quieted down. But at the end, the dude right behind me is like, "Oh, that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen," and he got up And Emily and I are just watching the credits quietly, and he like leans over and he's like, "Did you like that?" And I was like, because what am I supposed to say? You just like stood up and said that movie sucked. Do you want me to like be like, "Oh, I enjoyed it," after you were just trashing everything about it? Like, no, you just
no. That's exactly what you do. That's exactly like.
But like, I enjoyed it quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, no, that's like the best thing you can do. I get joy out of doing that to people. Is they'll be like, "That sucked," and I'm like, "I actually kind of liked it. It's pretty good."
So here's what I will say about it.
Okay.
It is a movie that benefits from not knowing much about it going in, but it is also a movie that has very hard to grapple with themes that are presented in a way designed to make you uncomfortable. So people who don't like being uncomfortable will walk away from the movie saying, "I didn't like it," because it made them uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah, instead of like scared.
Yes. So it has a lot of good scare stuff, but it quickly becomes more of an uncomfortable rather than scared.
Gotcha.
But the suspense is still there, but you're disquieted rather than like quaking in your boots, you know?
Yeah.
And so I don't want to spoil anything, but I do want to bring up the themes because I think knowing the themes going in makes it more palatable. The premise, all you know going into it, what the trailers show you and what the description is that a woman goes to an Airbnb for the night in a bad neighborhood and finds that it's already occupied. And then, against her better judgment, decides to stay the night with the guy already there.
Yeah.
And that's all you know going into it. And so the movie...
the trailer shows more, but...
Well, yeah, the trailer shows a little bit more, but like if I'm remembering right, it doesn't really show what the movie's actually about. I need to rewatch it. Well, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Anyway,
you're fine. You're fine.
The movie's central themes are about sexual violence and violence itself. So the central topic is one that is very uncomfortable and very upsetting for a whole lot of people, understandably so.
Yeah.
But it is definitely meant to just kind of shine multiple lights on the subject and the concept of sexual abuse and sexual abusers. Okay, and so I get it when people don't like it, but the longer I have sat with it and the longer Emily and I talked about it afterward, the more we've liked it.
Okay.
So like I compare it to Nope in a lot of ways. Not that they're similar movies at all, but a lot of people didn't like Nope because they didn't get the themes it was playing at. Where it's like, it's an unconventional movie that is more about making you grapple with themes than like giving you a traditional movie experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I could see why they disliked it, but I really enjoyed it and might even watch it again. Maybe just once though.
I'll probably watch it at this point because now I need to have my own opinion.
Yeah. I need to rewatch the trailer too, but
I have opinions on the two movies I watched.
Do it.
So I'll bring those up. The first one, I'm gonna come back to X, but this one, Monster House.
Yeah.
Great.
One of the greatest.
Incredible movie. It was so good.
I love Monster House.
If you haven't seen it, you're doing yourself a disservice not watching it. Okay.
Oh, so it's a girl house.
Yeah. I think we've talked about on this podcast, but okay.
I think we have. We've talked about Monster House.
But the second one is called X. X. Have you heard of the movie called Pearl?
I saw a poster for it at the movie theater, at the cinema.
At the cinema. That's also a very popular movie. That is a prequel to this movie X. Both movies came out this year. The filming were back to back. And like the main character in Pearl is playing two characters in X. It's just wild.
Because Pearl was like the extraordinary origin story. And I was like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And they're filming a third
They're
right now.
yeah, so it's like they're just like pumping out these movies and it's crazy.
I'm gonna look this up real quick while you're talking about it.
Yeah. So X is about Pearl. I need to actually watch Pearl. But Pearl is about this girl named Pearl who loves to murder for a lot of different reasons. And
Me
that's as much
too.
as I know. And then X comes in and it starts out and you're with these porn actors, these porn stars in a van. These want to be porn stars in their van going across America trying to make the best porno. And they stop at this house that they like were saying they were going to stay for the night. Like the main dude talked to whatever. And it turns out, maybe Pearl, when she's an old lady, is the owner of the house. And maybe people die. Also Kid Cudi's in it.
Yep.
But Kid Cudi plays one of the porn actors and it's incredible. But it's a really good movie. It's super gorgy. Not as gorgy as some other movies I've seen, but is definitely don't go into it if you don't like that. But it's
I will say, as far as the gore level goes, Barbarian has a fair bit of gross and gore, but it never at least the violence gore, it never forces you to linger too long. It is graphic, but it's over quickly.
Okay.
And nothing essential to the movie happens within the gore. So if you need to avert your eyes for a moment, you can. That's what Emily did every time.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of gross that it does make you sit in. So it makes you sit in gross, but not in gore.
Also, real quick, one thing about X, if you know a lot about movies and just how movies are made, you will probably, while watching it, see a lot of stuff coming. Because I was watching with those two friends, like I was saying, and I was just like, oh, this is going to happen. And then it would happen. And at the end of the movie, my friends were like, how did you do that? And I was like, I went to film school for a semester and I've always loved movies. I just saw it coming.
Emily does that all the time, but the woman has never taken a film analysis anything in her life. She'll be reading a book, we'll be watching a movie, a TV show, anything. I'll be showing her something I've seen a dozen times and she's never watched, and she'll go, oh, that person's going to do this. And I'm like, what? And then the person does, and she's like, yep. And it's like, how'd you know? She's like, I felt like they do that. She's just incredible at predicting plots. And I, for the life of me, don't get how. Anytime we watch any murder mystery or mystery anything, she is solving it way before the characters do.
What a legend.
It's incredible. Caleb, have you watched any spooks?
I watched
spooky things.
I watched the original Halloween.
Okay.
And I watched, Olivia and I attempted to watch a movie that was so terrifying that we actually turned it off halfway through. That is the new Disney Channel original movie, Zombies, which is horrible.
Why, Caleb?
It's horrible.
You turned it off because it's bad, or because
we turned it off
scary?
because it was so bad that it was terrifying that somebody actually spent their real life human time writing it. There is a song in the beginning, because it is a musical. There's a song where the zombies have a rap breakdown, including one zombie that raps in zombie, which consists of ooga booga, ooga booga, ooga booga boog. And I wanted to shove a cheese grater through my ears.
Not zombie rap.
Zombie. It's horrible. There are 3 movies. Zombies 1, 2, and 3. And apparently in number 2, vampires are introduced. And in number 3, aliens are introduced.
What in the Wizards of Waverly Place is this film series?
So it starts off as like what could have been a good allegory for segregation and like a good like that kind of struggle, because it's zombies have always lived in Zombie Town, and they have a bracelet that they wear that emits something to where they don't want to eat brains, and they're basically just normal people.
They're just people.
Yeah, they eat cauliflower instead of brains now. And then some of them get invited to attend the human high school, but the humans don't like that. And
this is segregation.
It's like an allegory for segregation, but they do it so bad, and it's bad.
So do any zombies actually kill anybody at any point? Or is this straight up like, oh, they're undead and dangerous, but you'll never see it because this is a children's movie?
So they show that they're dangerous because at one point, one of the bracelets malfunctions, and then you just see that he's like super strong and throws somebody across a room, but nobody dies.
But he doesn't eat anybody.
He doesn't eat anybody. But then after seeing that he's super strong, the football coach of the high school is like, I want that zombie on my team. But he's like, but when my bracelet works, I'm normal. And so then they hack the bracelet to where he's like 20% zombified. It's wild. No. It's a bad movie.
This is the one with cheerleaders, right?
Yeah, there is also, it's a cheerleader. And the lead cheerleader is like the lead racist against zombies.
So I think it's important to note that the way it's spelled is like you're spelling it out. So it's Z-O-M-B, like Z-O-M-B-I. Like, and the tagline on the cover is, it's Seabrook High. At Seabrook High, it's Zoms versus Palms. And all of the zombies are just like, their skin is made to look slightly paler, and they all have green hair.
Except
what?
Yeah, no, like all the zombies. Okay, here's the thing. There is one girl that is obviously like a black girl playing a zombie, and they just kind of put her in whiteface. And it's instead of just being like, hey, what would a black person in this universe look like as a zombie? They just make her look like everyone else in a way that is kind of like almost makes it worse.
She is straight up in whiteface.
Yeah, like it's not good. Yeah, you can see her in the background.
Yeah, she's in the poster.
Yeah.
What on earth?
Yeah, you see the girl with the green hair on the side, like in between the main zombie and the other zombie. Yeah. The other zombie on the side is the one that does the rapping in Zombie. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Main cheerleader girl, the one that you see if you're looking on the poster, the blonde, also has a secret, and her secret is that her hair is naturally white. But everyone thinks she's a freak because of it, so she wears a wig to cover up her hair.
Well,
it's genuinely the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I would rather go back and watch like The Room on repeat or Troll 2. Like,
Caleb,
what?
So you're telling me that in a movie where zombieism is an allegory for being a person of color, and it's about segregation, that the zombie is only accepted when he shows his athletic prowess.
Yes!
And is proven useful to the football team.
Yes! That's exactly what I'm telling you, and that's why I said it is a shit version of the allegory.
They straight up played directly into the real world things that have happened.
Yes! It's bad.
And so how do vampires get brought into this? And then how do aliens get brought in?
I
need to know.
All I know is that in the second movie, vampires get brought in, and it's basically a rehash of the first movie, but make it vampires. And that in the third movie, it's like the aliens are an allegory for LGBTQ. And that one of the characters that's in the first movie and the second movie turns out to be gay the whole time, but they never really did. Like, I really saw him come on screen for the first time. I said, that's the gay one. And Olivia was like, he's not gay. I said, look it up. He's gay. Because it's just the vibe. It's bad.
It's like when we all watched High School Musical and knew Ryan was gay the whole time.
Yes.
I do declare because we don't have a lot of time left, so we have to move on. But I do declare by next episode, I will watch all 3 of these, and I will talk about this next week.
Oh no!
I'm gonna
in.
talk about this.
I'm in.
Are you gonna watch them, Cordell?
I'm gonna watch all 3 zombies.
Oh God!
Hell yeah, they're on Disney Plus, right?
They are on Disney. Oh God! Am I gonna have to join this?
Caleb,
If you want
it's
to.
Oktoberfest. You have to face your fears.
All right,
Is
I
the
will
entire
only, I
episode
will
gonna
only
be
do
a-
it if we make it the entire episode
Yeah.
about all
Okay,
3
I'm
zombies.
down.
It is the entire
I'm down.
episode is the Zombies trilogy. Each of us will spearhead one of the movies.
Okay.
Okay, I'm fine with this.
Like
Do we wanna
basically,
say
we're all
right now?
discussing them, but each of them is leading it. Who will be going first next week? I think I'll be last, so I'll take Zombies 3.
Yeah, Caleb will be first.
I'll take
Okay.
zombies.
And
But
then-
I wanted
okay.
to talk about the aliens. It's okay, I'll do too.
Well, if you want to be the aliens, that's okay. I'll just go last that episode. I don't mind.
Okay, yeah, I'll
I
tell you
am
about 3.
I am guaranteed to be the least queer person on this podcast, so I'm okay dropping that and doing the vampires one.
Okay, fair. Thank you.
I don't know
yes.
if I'm the guy to do the queer allegory.
I'm still gonna watch all 3 of them though.
Yeah,
Oh,
we are all gonna watch all
We're all
3.
gonna watch all 3. Oh,
And we should just send a message to our group chat, be like, watching the first one, and just kind of live message about how much pain we're in.
Yes,
I honestly,
I'm down.
as I'm watching them, I will just in our group chat, just constantly message and be like, "Why the fuck did we do this?"
Also just do that anyway because maybe we
Yeah.
can watch them together.
Aww.
Depending
I'll
if
be
our
watching
people are
mine
busy.
in the morning / early afternoons.
Okay, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe.
Same.
Yeah.
Maybe for
Okay.
me. But okay.
Okay,
I
Caleb, your
want to
turn.
talk about anime titties. Okay, just let me. Okay,
Yes.
This is you bring anime titties up every day, Caleb.
shut
Enough.
the fuck up. I'm talking about anime titties. Okay. And I'm not going to only be talking about anime titties. I'm going to be talking about anime everything because I want to design a dating simulator with you guys right now.
Ooh, Okay.
Because
okay,
I had,
okay.
as I was laying in bed last night and my dog, who is now constantly running around the room and trying to jump into my lap, it was like being a hellion and not resting. I had the idea of like, what if dating simulator, but the anime girls you're trying to date are all personifications of the best fall soups. And so
That's
like,
pretty good.
right? So like that's, and
So wait, I accidentally pulled the cable out of my headphones out as you went in. You said, "What if dating sim?" But
What
and then
if-
I
okay.
lost the entire rest of it, and now I'm
What
back.
if dating sip? What if dating
Dating
sim?
sim.
But all the personifications, like all the anime
Okay.
girls, are personifications of the best fall soups, and so it's like because like think about it this way. Like, okay, here, Cordell, I want you to pretend you're the protagonist of the dating sim. Okay, you are.
Hello, I am generic hunk man.
Oh,
Sammy, can you
I'm-
give me a?
Hello, I'm Chicken Noodle. How are
See,
you doing
but-
today?
Yeah. See.
Oh, is she
anyway-
French?
Yeah, she's. a
I
little
guess
French.
she's
Let's
French.
save that for French onion.
I'm French
No, no.
onion. Oh.
Yeah. See, and that's what
Oui.
I'm talking about. Okay, because like we already have a KFC dating simulator, called Finger Licking Good.
It's incredible. It's
Oh
incredible.
no!
We
I
already
want-
have Dream Daddy. I want a soup dating simulator.
I want something more ridiculous. Okay.
You want
'Cause
more
I want
ridiculous?
something a la girlfriend, Hotiful boyfriend. Do you know
oh,
a
hot
Hotiful boyfriend?
boyfriend. Oh, fuck yeah,
No,
no,
no.
That
I
is
don't
a
know what
dating
this
sim
is.
where you date a pigeon and other
You
birds.
could, yeah, it's
What are you
sentient
people
bird.
spending your time doing?
I'm spending
Having
my
fun,
time doing
bitch.
the important stuff, Cordell. I'm sorry that you've never dated a sentient pigeon, but I have. And you know what? He was a gentle lover with a huge dick.
You know what I want to date?
What?
Historical buildings from around the world.
Fuck yeah. Give me the Eiffel Tower. I want the Eiffel Tower with anime titties now.
No, not even titties. The actual buildings, like in Hotiful boyfriend, they're just pictures of pigeons. Like I want the
I love
actual
this.
building. I want to date the Roman Colosseum.
Cordell, have you ever played a dating simulator?
No.
Okay. I'm going to suggest one to you. It's not Hot Tofu Boyfriend. I'm going to suggest one of two. If you want a pretty typical one that's not going to like surprise you, the KFC one is genuinely pretty good and straightforward. And
Am I dating KFC foods?
You're dating Colonel Sanders. And you're
What?
dating sexy anime Colonel Sanders.
Why would I do this? Why would I spend my time this way?
You deserve it, Cordell. You
I deserve to be gently loved by Colonel Sanders.
Also, Doki Doki Literature Club.
That was going to be the next one I suggest.
Okay,
Cordell, I just sent in chat the sexy Colonel Sanders.
You don't want to fuck that man?
You don't want to fuck that?
You're wrong.
Cordell,
I want that man.
Well, here's my genuine reaction. His features are a little too like rugged. I want my Colonel Sanders to have a little bit of a softer chin, softer cheekbone.
But if you want
you wouldn't fuck that man?
I mean, no, but he's very pretty.
Okay.
Now, if you want a dating sim that is a little bit twisted, has a little bit of a surprise, Doki Doki Literature Club.
I've heard of that one.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Okay, but if we're doing weird dating sims, I think it's obvious there's a dating sim where you date other dating sims.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have to do
Like
that.
the most meta dating sim of all, where you get to woo different simulators.
I very like this. I very like this is what I said, and I'll say it again. I think that's good. My idea was for fall soups because imagine dating like French onion soup, and it's always a little bit warm,
Yeah.
and it's you got a nice little. It's like kind of it's kind of hard and crusty on the outside, but then it's sweet and good and full of broth on the inside.
Imagine
So
dating
full of
that
broth.
sweet tomato bisque.
Imagine dating a corn chowder.
Oh,
Ah.
Imagine dating the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh,
I've got
One-legged
another dating sim idea.
okay.
You spend it is a mystery dating sim. You don't know who you're dating and who you're wooing, and so you have no like specific ways to play it. You just like play it honestly, and at the end it is revealed
That it's your partner.
it's you.
You're
You're learning to
my
love
God.
yourself.
I
And
love
so
God.
it's really a journey of self-discovery of like how like what do you really want in this world?
we have to develop like an AI that at the beginning of the game you take like every major personality test.
Yeah.
And then it takes all of those and combines them into like the closest facsimile of you that it can be.
Interesting.
Okay, here is my idea for a very good dating simulator. It's a dating simulator where you date your best friend. And
Oh.
or if you have
Oh.
multiple best friends like I do, you can date all of them at the same time.
Poly
And then-
dating sim with your
And
best
then
friends.
you get to kiss.
We can
How
just
about
do
a
that in
dating
person.
sim based on different RPGs, like tabletop RPGs?
I thought you were about to just say, what if there's a dating sim where we kiss in real life?
There you go. There you go.
What if there's a dating sim where you just go on real dates with real people?
Oh, that would be
Okay.
incredible.
Okay. Actual idea. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
It's called 1 Year to Live. Okay? You start
Ooh.
at January 1st and you have until December 31st to date these. You have to like date the series of people. And then December 31st, you have to decide before midnight or else you die. Here's the trick though. You only date each person for 1 month. Why? Because it's all personifications of that month. So you have like Janelle, who's
A year-
January.
Oh.
And so it's a year to live because you're learning to live finally, because these people are also going to encourage you to get out of your shell, get
Yeah.
out there.
They're also months.
They're
So
also
a literal
months.
year.
You have, yeah.
Who would
Yeah.
you date? Who would you date if it was a month?
October, easy. Give me that
Ain't
big
fair.
titty goth.
Yeah. October's a big titty
yeah.
goth girl.
Like
I
she
think-
October
she
or
is
November?
okay, but October, hear me out. She's a big titty
November
goth
is
girl,
like
but
the-
also she like has her like normal goth sexy outfit, but then when she's cozied up, it's just like cute PJs with like bats and pumpkins on them. And
big,
she's precious.
big,
A
big.
super oversized sweater.
Yeah, there
Yep.
you go.
Yep.
November is like just fall vibes, you know?
Yeah. Like
just kinda like-
Wendy from Gravity Falls.
Yes.
Like the summer
need me a
months are
Wendy.
like different, you know. Like obviously you've got like July, who's like,
A Kardashian.
yeah. But like
No,
Well,
July is
well,
like a
July
gym
is like-
bro.
no. See, here's my thing. Is like one of the summer months, it's just like hot, but there's nothing else to it. You know, like a
Just
Kardashian.
pretty and vapid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like hot, nothing else to it.
All bod, no substance.
Yeah.
Like me.
Is that July though?
I don't
thinking?
know.
I
That's
think
the
it's May.
I also think you put in a birthday at the. It doesn't have to be your birthday. But for a year to live, you put in a birthday, right? And you are that month. So you have a month in the game where
Ooh.
like everybody is rejecting you, no matter how much you try to ask them
You're
out.
dating
And so you're
yourself.
kind of having to like figure out. And so like it's kind of a part of the game where it's like, is there something you need to work on in yourself?
Ooh, yeah.
What if we change it slightly and call it a year to love, and you don't have to die at the end because it doesn't make, so there's no stakes, so it's just a fun dating.
No, I want
You
steak.
gotta die.
Yeah, I want steak.
You gotta die.
But a year to love
it
is
can
so
be like
cute.
O with it can be like the Phyrexian symbol, almost like the O with the I in the middle. And
It's an
then you're
O
dating
with-
Ella
that's like
Schnorr.
scribbled out with an I.
Yeah. They should make a dating sim where you're just like living in this small agrarian community.
And then
And
Ella
you've
Schnorr
got-
shows up.
No, you've just got a series. You've got a series of townsfolk who you can like get to know personally and like work with and grow together as you just live in this community. And you build your place and you build relationships and you learn like some of them like this, some of them don't like this. And eventually you can fall in love, get married, and have kids. And there's a wizard in a tower and there's
Stardew
monsters.
Valley. Yeah.
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 Stardew,
Yeah.
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 I was making it funny.
But no, I think a year to love, a year to live is the DLC. That's it. A year to live is
laugh,
another way
love.
to play the game.
Yeah, it's a higher stakes version.
Oh yeah, a year to love is base, and then there's like, there's hardcore Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's hardcore Minecraft before this dating sim.
I fucking
Yeah.
love it.
Hear me out. In a year to live, you die no matter what.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
it changes because a year to love is I have a year to figure out who I want to be and be with. A year to live is I have a year left to find out what really matters.
Damn.
There you go.
Damn. I like that.
This is hi, game producer. I actually know somebody that's working on a game. I feel like I could talk to him and be like, hey, after you're done with this project, you want to work on one with me?
Hell
But a year to love / a year to live.
Yeah. Coming out on Steam, $60 a pop, baby. See you next week. Got him. Got him.
You know, if I only had a year left to live, I know what I would like to spend my time doing, and that's listening to the one and the only Psychobilly Freak Out by the Reverend Horton Heat off the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em.
I think we all would.
It's a banger of
No,
a
it's-
time and a banger of a song. That's the real. I want to date the Psychobilly Freak Out. That's the dating sim that I want.
Well, if there was a dating sim where you dated people's Twitter accounts, ours would be at Junk House, but the O in the house is a 0. Maybe we should change it to Junk House Pod because that might be cleaner. But right now
maybe.
we're
Well,
Junk
yeah, I
House
think
Maybe.
Pro with
That's
a
not-
0.
That's possible.
It's not bad.
If you wanted to do a dating simulator where you just sent us emails and we maybe catfish you a little bit, you could do that at junkhousemailbox@gmail.com.
Yeah. This was a fun one.
This was a good one. And just like we say,
Just like we say.
every
Just like we
single
say
week.
every week.
Oh, the toilet's clogged.
Did
Hey,
we?
hey, guys, My dating sim took quite a turn. Could you all give me a little bit of privacy? I know I'm in the living room, but could you guys like leave?
that's
like,
fine.
just for a little bit.
Yeah, because I gotta fix the toilet because the toilet's
Okay,
clogged.
cool.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Yeah, go on. Go
I
on.
have a joke too. I
Oh
can't
no,
think of
it's
anything.
spilling everywhere.
It's a psychobilly freakout!